We're on. I'm late, 15 minutes. I know I said 5:30, but a little busy. So yeah, how's everything going, people? Cityballers.com. Hours. Um, we are live. I got this game on, man, but this game sucks. This is what Arkansas State versus South Alabama. Take the under in that game because this game is not a good one. All right. Welcome. October what 14th today, guys. It's raining here in Southern California, San Diego. It's a rainy day, a little chilly. I know you see the hat on. Sweatshirt is chilly out here today, but since I've been out here for 10 plus years or more, I've gotten used to the warm weather. So you'll see me with a hat and sweat. In Detroit, I probably would have on shorts. No, I don't know, but it's cool out here. It does get cold. All right, so let's get at it, guys. Did you watch the Lions yesterday? I mean, what? 2 days a day? What? Sunday night. Um, One of the things that my daughter used to tell me, she used to go. She used to say, well, she said this all last year. She said that Kansas City doesn't get the calls. They don't call penalties on Kansas City. I just dismissed her as thinking that she was a little jealous of Kansas City. And I said, oh, okay, yeah. I thought she's one of those fans that just was hating on Kansas City. But when I watched the game Sunday, I had to go back and beg her pardon because now when Juju Schuster got stole on by the Lions safety at the end of the game, I didn't re- I didn't really I didn't really have a take on that. Should he get fined? Yeah, because it was after the game, and then he claimed I guess he got clipped, and I saw it. But when he got clipped on that one play by Juju, I mean the Lions were already losing, so at that and the game was almost over with. So guys get at it on the field all the time. Guys change blows, guys get clipped, guys get smacked in the head. Stuff like that happens. But it was at the end. It wasn't a crucial play, but I guess they say stuff was happening all game, and I understood that because watching the play where Travis Kelsey was at Travis Kelsey that caught that ball and he trapped it on the ground and it hit the ground. Normally, when it's a different team, or let's say this, normally when a play like that happens and nobody throws a flag or anything like that, they review it automatically. Automatically they review it. They send it to New York. New York reviews it, yay or nay. This time they didn't even review it. And I'm like, so you see, that's why I hate, betting on NFL games because of stuff like that. You see, and it makes you wonder. People say the NFL is fixed. The NFL is like the WWF or WWE. But now you see that last pass game. Well, I don't like betting on NFL games because you don't know. And there's always some questionable calls that's going on in the NFL. Always. And I can remember as a child in the 80s, in the 70s, you didn't see that many calls like that, any questionable calls. I mean, did they get away with some? Yeah, everybody's human, stuff happens. But the NFL has a lot of questionable calls going on, guys, and it's just hard for me to get into a game like that. And another thing that made me, think was hold on for 1 minute. Another thing that made me think about it was because the Lions came into that game, what, 4-1, red hot, blowing people out, averaging what, 30, 40 points a game. And Kansas City came into the game sucking ass, right? Fact number one. Fact number two, America seems to love the Lions. The Lions are everybody's lovable kids, lovable Lions. Everybody likes the Lions. Then on top of that, combining the two that I just said, the money was coming in on the Lions heavy. I'm sure. I guarantee you, the money was coming in on the Lions heavy, right? Well, now you have Vegas and the sport books ranking Kansas City as the favorite. Now they've got Kansas City ranked as a favorite. So now instead of the Lions, what, favored by 2 points, they're giving the Lions 2 points. So you got the Lions plus the points. So that means the Lions are the underdogs. Well, how is that when everybody knows that the Lions come into this game hot, 4-1? Kansas City suck, and they had lost like what, 2, 3 games already? 2, 3. They suck, right? They have been sucking, and the Lions beat them last time in Kansas City. Lions red hot, baby. But now the money is coming in, and it's all going on Kansas City. I don't think so. But the sports book said that. So the sports books got Kansas City favored. So when that happened, I kind of go, God damn it, man, that doesn't seem right. But I was like, nah, maybe they know something we don't. And then I just ignored that's the warning sign. And I ignored it. Pulled the game up anyway. Watched it. And I put what? Don't laugh. I put like what? $4 on the game. Put $4 on the game. Now, some guys probably put 100. They probably put 400, right? Nevertheless, I watched the game and I started watching the game and I started noticing things. I'm like, wait, they're not getting calls. Kansas City has 0 calls in that game. 0. 0.0, right? So if you got Kansas City with no calls, and then the Lions scored a touchdown, they called it back, and I'm like, where? Why? Right? And then the missed call when the guy trapped the ball on the ground. Hey, Rach, I think that was Travis Kelce, right? Who trapped the ball on the ground. They didn't even review it. Didn't even review it, right? So that's why I don't. Am I crying about Juju Schuster getting stole on by Brian Branch? Nope. Brian Branch shouldn't have did that, right? It's a game. The game was over. If you're gonna do it in between the whistle, or if the whistle blows, get up and get him not then, right? But that wasn't a pivotal play. They still should have got called on that. There still should have been a flag thrown on that play. That was obvious blocking from behind, right? I think Branch was just pissed because he knew Kansas City was getting away with a lot of calls. I don't subscribe to the theory, oh, I hate this team because they cheat. No. I subscribe to the theory that I've always had questions about the NFL and it just turns me away, right? But yeah, Brian Branch, he did like hit Schuster. I mean, Schuster got stole on, right? Probably should have, right? But is that something big to meet now? Should Brian Branch got fined? Yeah. Yeah, he should have. I mean, that's just the way that goes. Game's over with. Things are done, right? Um, do it in between the whistle. But if he would have got up in between the missile and popped him, he still would have got in trouble. So yeah, you got to get him in between the whistle, rough him up a little bit. But I mean, did I really care? Nah. I cared about the touchdown that they called back. I cared about the the holding calls that I saw on Kansas City, holding after holding. And watch this, guys. If you see a defensive lineman turn his back, but you still see his shoulder pads moving, and the offensive lineman hand is on him, and his back is towards the offensive lineman, that's holding, man. It got so bad. I saw one Kansas City. He had a handful of jerseys with both his hands. a hands full of jersey. And the poor lion, he was trying to get out of, he's going upfield, but he couldn't get away. And I'm like, look at this. I'm like, you know what? So yeah, God bless it, man. So now you got me like thinking to myself, should I really be gambling on these NFL games? Are these NFL games rigged? I don't know, man. I just remember the infamous play. I think it was Pettigrew for the Lions back in the day against the Cowboys in the playoffs. Clearly a pass interference call. They didn't call it. They didn't call it. Then the next game, Green Bay and Dallas. Green Bay created a pass interference. They didn't get the call. Then they was whining, and I was like, "Oh, shut up," because you got away with one last week. Green Bay won that game. So my thing is, they've got guys picked out who they want to win on those certain days, right? They've got guys picked out. That's just my belief. And you sit there and you watch it. Now, do I think it was rigged back in the 80s and the 90s, 70s? I don't. Uh, am I a sore loser? I could care less, right? I'm out here, I'm watching, I'm a spectator. I am a Lion fan, right? Do I like to see him win? Yeah. But at the end of the day, I'm not going to lose any sleep. I'm not going to go crazy when my team loses. So I don't really care. But um, when I see questionable calls, now I start thinking about the integrity of the NFL. What is the integrity there? What does it say? It says to me that something ain't right. And what do? We go back to who is the coach for hold on, I'll find his name. The coach for the defensive coach for not Kansas City, but for hold on, we'll figure it out. Okay, Brian Flores, right? So we go back to Brian Flores when he was playing with, when he was coaching Kansas City. So we go back to Brian Flores when he was playing with, when he was coaching Kansas City. So we go back to Brian Flores when he was playing with, when he. All right, shut up. All right. All right, so we go back to Brian Flores when he was coaching with when Brian Flores was coaching with Miami, and they just said, we don't want to deal with him anymore. We're just going to let him go, right? They let him go, and he just got pissed, and he goes because he knew that they had this other guy, this pansy ass guy that they got in there now, who Brian Flores built that Miami team up, right? Had him playing great defense. Then you bring in the guy who's like losing now. He's just like, ever since he got the team, right? So Brian Flores knew what was going on. He gets pissed and he goes, okay, yeah, I'm going to spill the beans. I'm going to tell how these owners are tanking games. And then so right away, when I was like, he's talking about guys tanking games, and he goes, yeah, owners tanking games at the end of the season. So right away, first thing went through my head was, this is kind of like insider trading. Why, Ron? This is just the end of the year. They just losing games. Here's why it's like insider trading. Because, well, I believe it's like insider trading, and I believe it did actually happen. When the owners are tanking games at the end of the year, trying to get a first round draft pick, if they're going to lose their last four on purpose, you better believe they're going to tell some of their buddies. They probably going to gamble their goddamn self, and they're going to place money on themselves to lose or whatever. And they're going to make money from gambling on themselves because they're tanking games. Brian Flores said it. And when he said it, no team didn't want to talk to him. Then all of a sudden, Brian Flores got a defensive coordinator job in Minnesota. Wow. How is that? Because he told those guys, look, you guys are here tanking games. I'm gonna let everybody know. And you know, the media was eating that up like pancakes. They was ready to put this guy on the show because they wanted to hear about it. And they were gonna say, who? What team are you talking about? Because I was ready for that story to break, right? Because I'm like, you son of a bitch. You guys are they threw Pete Rose under the jail. They look, here's what they did to Pete Rose. They had that man come on TV. I'll never forget. It was in the 90s. The man is crying and sobbing. He's apologizing. You got the man on TV crying and sobbing and apologizing for gambling on the game. But then these owners are in the NFL are doing it. What are you going to do to them? Who's going to hold those guys accountable? You know it's happening. Because watch this. My point. I own, let's say, the San Diego Jackoffs, right? They play football. I own the San Diego Jackoffs. My last 4 games, I'm like, fuck it. I'm playing for this draft pick, and we're going to lose the last 4, right? If I don't call my boys up, I damn sure are going to tell my son or my other son's ex-wife money that I owe, you know what I mean, just to get her off my back. Baby's mama the same way. Whoever. I'm going to tell them, or either people that's close to me that won't let it out. So you don't go as far as baby mamas and whatnot. Your buddies, right? You tell them, hey, man, I'm taking the last 4 games. I don't give a shit what you do, but you better gamble on that shit because you're going to make out. Right? Right? Okay. So you know that that's happening. Because if I'm losing in the San Diego Jackoffs and I'm saying, my last 4 games, fuck, I'm tanking them games. And sometimes those owners and coaches or the owners don't make it obvious. I mean, they make it obvious because they number one A1 quarterback, they sitting, right? So when you see something like that happen, don't think for 1 minute that they not calling their boys up or they're not themselves dropping a couple of dollars on their team to lose. And if it gets good enough, let's just say the San Diego Jackoffs is playing the Detroit Lions. Make sure you guys lose by 20 points. I don't give a shit what y'all do. Just make sure y'all lose. You get these guys 20 touch. You get these guys 20 points right up front, and then you can start playing for there. And if I catch you guys trying to score, I'm gonna call down there and tell you guys to let up, throw an interception, or fumble the goddamn ball. Is that possible? Absolutely. It's just like insider trading, guys. These guys, the NFL, in my opinion, is so crooked, in my opinion, because a lot of things don't make sense, and that's why I hate betting on them. It's just a lot of stuff that goes on just don't seem right. It just didn't seem right to me. Like I said before, Juju Schuster got stole on. All right, the poor guy got stole on. People saying, "Oh, that's what he get." Whatever. That play was already over. I mean, the game was almost over with when Juju Schuster clipped Brian Branch, but they still should have called. Got a cold, guys. They still should have called clipping, and they didn't. Why didn't you call clipping? You ain't been calling shit the whole damn game. You should have called clipping. That would have backed them up 15, right? Blocking the back. Everybody saw it. It was on TV. It was, as a matter of fact, it wasn't on the side of the TV. It was squared up right there in the middle. It was right there in the middle of the screen. You couldn't miss it. You mean the refs didn't see it, but they see all those other ticky tacky calls? They saw that call, that call back. Whatchamacallit coming in, going in, scoring in the end zone. They saw that, but they couldn't see that clip. And like I said, game's over with. Who cares, right? But still, for the integrity of the game, call. Call a play, right? Kansas City, 0 penalties in the game. 0. Now, is the NFL like staged or set up? I don't know. I wouldn't go that far. But are some of the calls, are the refs keeping the games in control? Absolutely. Absolutely. And I'm going to tell you something. There's one thing about the WWE or the WWF. At least those guys, they know it is fake, right? They kind of like tell you up front, and you kind of know it. People still come out and have a good time, right? But the NFL, money game, man. That's a money grab. And that's why I hate betting on those NFL games. How many times have you seen a game where these two teams have been blowing everybody out? They averaging 50 points a game. But then they meet each other and they play. Everybody's loading up on the over. My God. Everybody is loading up on the over. You know they are, right? But then all of a sudden, these mother go under. And I mean, they don't even score. They only score, what, about 2? What? So say they go over, say the over is 50. And these fuckers only score 20 though, for combined points of 20. And you looking around like, what the hell? And then the next game after that, they go back to scoring 40. Hey guys, like and subscribe. Let's get some thumbs up. I need it. I'm in trouble. I don't have anything going for me. I'm kind of like slumming on YouTube. I'm terrible. But yeah, I did the NFL and its bullshit is like, I'm up to here with it, right? And that's why I don't like betting and putting my money on the game, on NFL games, because of the integrity. I don't think that they have any. I really don't. I gave you guys examples of how Lions in the playoffs against Dallas about 10 years ago. Okay, so New Mexico and Liberty. Liberty sucks. What is it, 2-4? New Mexico State is 3-2. And what's the score? Oh, 20-13. So they're making a game of it. But Florida International. Somebody named Owens just almost scored a touchdown. It's like 2, huh? Yeah. What's up, Alvin? Yeah, it's more. I say 2, but I only gave you 2 examples. It's plenty of examples where it makes you wonder, what the hell is going on in the NFL? What are these guys doing? Like I said, Juju Schuster got stole on. Whatever. And then they said, oh, here's the play that he did. It's like YouTube's blocking you out. You think so? Why would you say that? Maybe. I don't think they blocking me out. I just think I suck, dude. That's what I think. Yes, hard. I mean, I'll admit it. I just think I suck, so I just gotta get up on my game and whatever. But now the NFL, Alvin, I'm telling you, dude, it's just something. It's something about those guys. Yeah, because sometimes I had stopped coming on, right? And because I was getting busy doing other things. But don't worry, after today, I'll be back on regularly again. So just keep watching. I'll be on, and I'll be making some calls. And oh, I'm gonna. I do. You should just pop up. Yeah, I do. I do. And I was regularly like just coming on there, but what you say it's hard to catch up with me because what are you at work or whatever. But I do know watching yeah. But I do know watching that Lions game. I'm just sitting there going like, so when I look at football games, even though I'm a Lions fan, if I'm gambling on the game, I, if you're a gambler, you're gonna gamble against your team, right? So if I think the Lions have no chance at winning, I can make big money. You damn right I'll bet against the Lions. So basically, what I'm trying to say is when I'm watching the games and I'm gambling on it, I don't care. I'm in it for my best interest, right? Not the Lions, not any other team. But when you see questionable calls going on, you go, what the hell? Because Alvin, like I said before, the Detroit Lions are America little darlings. A lot of people like the Lions, right? That's one. Number two, the Lions were 4-1 coming into the game. They were hot. They were blowing people out, averaging about 30 or 40 points a game. Kansas City came into the game flat, right? They were flat. They had just got spanked by Jacksonville, I think, and they just sucked. Well, you can't tell because then the sport books and Vegas had the Kansas City Chiefs favored, and that was one of the signs that I totally ignored. That when I'm telling you guys to watch the signs, I totally ignored it. I was like, oh, why is the Lions? But I got greedy because they put the Lions at +2. So I said, oh man, I'm gonna get this, and if I go money line, I'm really gonna get big money because the Lions are gonna win this. And then the Lions lose. And then it was a whole bunch of questionable plays going on there. You didn't call, and the Juju Smith or the Juju Schuster was just an insult because he clipped Brian Branch right in the TV. It was squared up right in front of the TV. You couldn't miss it, right? The game was already over, right? It didn't matter. Call it though, right? Call it. Call the goddamn play, right? But you didn't. And then that takes you back to the other plays where guy catches the ball. Hey, Rach, who was that trapped the ball? Was that for Kansas City? He really didn't catch it. He trapped it on the ground. So that was Travis Kelsey. Okay, yeah. So that play with Travis Kelsey, normally if a play like that happens, they review it right away. They go straight to New York and they review it. They didn't. They didn't even review it. Hell, the TV, the station, ABC or ESPN, they reviewed it. They reviewed it twice. And they was like, okay. But they ain't gonna say nothing because they're not gonna get fired. But you can hear them say, well, they usually review. Okay. The NFL is so out cold, guys, they don't even give a shit no more. They just so out cold, they don't care, right? And that's why I hate betting on those guys. It pisses me off, and it pisses a lot of you guys off. And that, like I said before, a few minutes ago, it takes me back to Brian Flores, who was coaching the Miami Dolphins, and they got rid of him because they wanted to bring their little pet in, who's now he's sucking ass. But he goes, okay, you want to fire me like this, and you want to have me build this team back up to put it to make the Dolphins competitive, and now you want to just kick me off and give it to your little buddy. I got something for you. And he came. I mean, he talked to the reporters, and he says, "Yeah, we'll talk about all of these owners out here who are tanking games at the end of the season." And we all know a lot of teams, including the Lions. Well, the Lions used to tank games for no rhyme or reason, but yeah, I mean, it's a lot of teams that tank games. So if they're doing it on purpose, you got to know that they betting against themselves. You know they taking advantage of it. And like idiots, We don't know what's going on. We put money on a team that we think can win, but the owner already done declared in his mind that I don't give a shit what y'all think. They're gonna lose his last four. So they taking your money. And the sports books and Vegas probably knows it, but they don't care. Because I'm telling you guys, when they had the Lions at plus points, I was like, what? Kansas City just got spanked by Jacksonville. They like what? 2-3 or whatever. Um, they playing like shit. The Lions is hot. They 4-1. They blowing guys out by 40 or 30 points. But they put the Lions at plus the points, and that was the first clue. And I totally ignored it because I kind of thought, well, maybe the NFL is giving us a freebie, or maybe Vegas is giving us a freebie, or what time is it? Oh shit! 6:00. Look, guys, I'm just gonna tell you like this. I'm going back to college football. I'm not betting on the NFL again this week. This week. I just can't do it. I can't do it, man. I just watch this. Here's other things that I see that's strange. No, it's tea. It's good tea. One of the let me turn this down. It's disturbing me. One of the or another game that I thought was suspicious was last year at the end of the year, and it was Atlanta versus Carolina. Carolina sucked, guys. Carolina couldn't buy a game. They couldn't even lose a game to win one, right? They couldn't do anything right. But here they go. They play Atlanta. Last year, Atlanta was hot. At the end of the year, Atlanta had put together a win streak. They were trying to get in the playoffs. Atlanta got hot. Guess what happened? Atlanta goes to Carolina and loses. No girls, no gifts in this business. Damn right it's no gifts. Damn right. And you think I'm like, okay, they're gonna finish and beat the shit out of Carolina. They lost. And so I'm just sitting there going, what the Now some people argue with me and say, well, they were flat. Maybe, right? I can't prove it, but it's just a lot of things that happen in the NFL that makes me wonder sometimes. And I feel bad. Well, I don't feel bad for Juju Schuster, but he did get stole on. It was no excuse, though, for Brian Branch to do that. Dude, the game's over with, man. You got it handed to you. Game's over with, right? And I know he's probably frustrated. Dude, you can't be still. You ain't in the middle of the street. You can't be, don't accept anything that you think is a gift. Go the other way. You damn right. I get you. Because I thought that Atlanta, Alvin, you are a godsend because you're right. I thought it was a gift. I'm like, oh, Atlanta's going to beat the shit out of Carolina. Because I think at that point, Carolina had only won one game. And Atlanta had maybe won, what, 7 or 8 or something like that. I'm like, this is a gift. And last night, just to prove Alvin's point, I thought it was a gift when they had the Lions at +2. And a lot of us did. And thus, a lot of us that ignored it, we paid. Because I was like, oh, man, they got the Lions at +2. And in the back of my head, it's like, Ron, what the hell are you doing? You know goddamn well that the Lions should be favored in this game. Oh, whatever. I'm going to get a lot of money on this one. As a matter of fact, I'm not even going to take the +2. I'm going to go Lions money line to get that big money. And here's the NFL. Right? But again, and Alvin, can you remember when Brian Flores was coaching with with Miami Dolphins, if you're still there? Can you remember he was coaching them? He coached the Miami Dolphins, and the Miami Dolphins, I mean, he had the Miami Dolphins playing like how he actually looks. Brian Branch is like one of the meanest looking dudes ever. If you seen Brian Branch and you was coming down the alley, and you walking down the alley, and let's just say you with your girlfriend, you're probably gonna tell your girlfriend, you know what, I got you, but just hold on to your purse tight, cause this dude right here don't he looks suspect. I mean, not Brian Branch, but Brian Flores is a tough looking dude. But anyway, he had his team playing good. Then all of a sudden, I don't know what happened. They moved him, right? He got pissed, and he halfway started dropping dimes. But before he could finish, oh, he's got a job as a defensive coordinator in Minnesota. And you know he got some shut up money too. All right, whatever. I'm gonna go look at some games that for this week that's interesting to me. And you know what? For the sake of being, I'm gonna call some NFL games. I don't care, but I won't be betting on it because I'm too scared. I'm too chicken shit, and I'm broke, so I can't afford to mess with the NFL this week because they doing too much. Buffalo, I don't know. I think Buffalo is just starting to suck, right? And Buffalo is like that. Buffalo, guys, I don't know if you noticed or not, but Buffalo's defense has always been suspect to me. So was that game? If there's a game that wasn't fixed, it wasn't that damn Buffalo Atlanta game. Because I kind of saw that coming. I know a lot of you guys saw that coming. But okay, Dodgers 2, Milwaukee 1. I want to go in here and look because I did take some. What did I take? I took some player props. What did I take? I took 3 strikeouts for both pitchers on each team. So let's go ahead and just look before I get busy on making some calls. Freddie Peralta, he's got 4, and Yakamoto has 4. All right, so that's what I gave him. That was it for me. And it's in the 5th inning. That was the highest. I gave Yakamoto 4, and I gave Peralta 4 strikeouts. And guess what? They both got 4. Because I was confident that Peralta for the Milwaukee Brewers would get 4 strikeouts, and both of these guys probably might end up and get more. But sometimes Yakamoto scares me. Yakamoto, like that last game, he only threw 2 strikeouts. They ran him out of the game. So, all right, so where are we at now? Notre Dame and USC that they're talking about on TV now. Guys, take Notre Dame. Just don't even question it. Just write it down. Take Notre Dame on the money line. Just do it. Hey, you like that example I was giving earlier when I said I had a football team and they were called the San Diego Jackoffs? That's awesome. Yeah, I get canceled right away. I'll be the first owner to get canceled. That's kind of awesome, though. I don't care. Yeah, I say that, but when somebody's knocking at my door and I can't get any sleep and they protest him. All right, so let's move on. Let's go to college football. That Alabama-Arkansas game, I said that game was going to go into that game was going to go into over. I mean, that game was going to go under, and right now that's what it's looking like. I also took New Mexico State plus the points, plus 10, and right now it's Liberty 20 and New Mexico 13. Hopefully it stays that way. You win. Florida International. Holy shit. Florida International 16 in the second quarter. International Florida 16. Western Kentucky 3. Holy Jesus. You didn't see that one coming, did you? I didn't. I didn't at all. Right? Assholes. All right. But now let's get at some games. When I was just brief looking at the scores, I'm thinking, okay, these guys are scoring the points, man. But Western Kentucky hasn't shit, man. I think they just scored again. The Hilltoppers are fucking taking a pounding like a cheap whore. Western Kentucky are acting like sluts. Okay. What? Oh my God. Oh my. Uh, yeah, 19. I guess they scored it. They'll probably kick a field goal. I guess it'll be 20-3. Western Kentucky is taking it on the chin right now. They're taking it more than in the chin. uh, and they're at home, right? But let's go look at some interesting games this weekend. That's coming up this weekend, college football. Yeah, man. Now, that was one sheer victory that I knew that was going to happen today, right? And that was Western Kentucky. But right now they're losing. But if you took anybody that took Florida International, you're goddamn lies. Nobody out there that took Florida International. It's not that many people. So somebody come run up there, I took Florida International, tell me a goddamn lie. Because them dudes only won one game. And Western Kentucky is steady beating the crap out of people. Mm. Let's keep it moving. Hold on. Hold on for 1 second, guys. Hold on. All right, I'm back. All right, let's get back at it. Let's look at the games for Saturday. College football is some interest to us all. Uh-huh, uh-huh. Let's go score. I don't like the schedules. Dodgers 2, Milwaukee 1. Here's the sad thing, guys. Man, if you took Milwaukee or you called that baseball game good, and like myself, and you got Western Kentucky in there, and Western Kentucky loses, man, you suck, and I suck. All right, so let's get at some games for Saturday. Some games of interest. Hold on, let's look and see. Standing. Schedule. Boom, let's go scores. Let's go. Yeah. All right. Let's see. Okay, so we'll start off with like games tomorrow. Not tomorrow, but I do want games for tomorrow. Let's go not top 25. Let's just go FBS. Oh my God. New Mexico 20, Liberty 20. Sweet Jesus. Um, Western Kentucky 3, Florida International 13. 19. A piece of shit, man. These guys got to start fucking playing. Let me go inside this game really quick. Just look at it really quickly before I get going. Where are you? Where are you? You're right here. Let's go to the live game. Let's look and see what's going on. All right. So Western Kentucky has the ball, guys, and just that quick, it's 4th and 1 at their own 25. How many minutes is left in the game? 50 minutes, 56 minutes, 56 seconds left in the game. And they didn't. You guys are going to learn the hard way. I got an anytime touchdown by one of Western Kentucky's running backs. They don't even have a touchdown. When you suck, you suck. And when you hot, man, whatever you put on paper, it will hit. I swear to God. All right, where we're at. Let's go to tomorrow. All right, here's games of interest that I like. If you want to take notes and write it down, I'll tell you what I like. Delaware and Jacksonville State. Jacksonville State is not the Jacksonville that's located in Florida. I think it's located in Alabama, southern Alabama. I don't know too much about any of those teams. I wouldn't even mess with it. UTEP versus Sam Houston. I wouldn't mess with that game either. You can watch it and have fun, but mm-mm. Thursday, Tulsa versus East Carolina. I would take East Carolina on the money line. I'll also take the over in that game because those teams like to get at it a whole lot. I don't even know what let's see. I don't know what the over is. 53.5. I will take the over in that. Definitely. ECU's favored by 17. I like that. But well, Tulsa sucks, right? But it's a divisional game, right? I will go with the money line. You never know, guys. You never know. That's Thursday. Friday. Louisville versus Miami. Hold on. The hell? Okay. Hold on. Computer's acting a little goofy. Hold on. Come on. Come on. All right. Back at it. Thank you. Hello. Yeah, Aggies 20, Liberty 20. All right, who cares? So we've got Louisville at Miami on Friday. Definitely taking Miami. Miami plus Miami spread 13.5. Yeah, give me Miami. Uh, Money line or spread, either or, doesn't matter. Nebraska at Minnesota. I don't I don't like either one of these teams, but if I had to take either one of them, I would take Minnesota at home. But Nebraska can be pretty tough. I don't really know too much about Nebraska. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I know they started off winning pretty good, but Minnesota's pretty tough. But I watched Minnesota play against California about 3 weeks ago, and I wasn't impressed. But I think they may be a tad bit better than Nebraska. Nebraska's fell off a whole lot, guys, since they joined the Big Ten. I don't understand that, but whatever. San Jose at Utah State. I don't know. I don't care. North Carolina, California versus California. I definitely will take California. I'll take California on the money line. It's plus what? It's they're favored by 10.5. I definitely would take California spread. LSU Vanderbilt. Um, I don't know, guys. Something tells me this game is not gonna go over, and I would lean more towards the over in this game. I mean the under, but something just tells me it's not gonna go over 48. They might even move this son of a bitch up to 50 by Friday. By Friday they might even move it up. That's gonna be a hard one, guys. That's gonna be a hard one. I won't even mess with that one. If anything, I'll take the under in that game. Vandy, Vandy was kicking ass last year, but if Vandy came, they was still hot when they played Alabama, but Alabama just put them in their place and humbled them. I think so. Don't look for a shootout game with LSU, guys. I think that game is gonna go under. Let's go to you know what? If I actually had to pick a team, I would take LSU on the money line. Let's see. Yeah, Vandy is favored by 2.5. Give me LSU on the money line. You can give me LSU plus the points. You can give me LSU on the money line where you get more for your buck on that one. Georgia Tech at Duke. Georgia Tech, I'll take them on the money line. Duke sucks, right? I mean, Duke is good. Don't get me wrong. They're not like the old Duke football team, right? They play now. They getting transfers and stuff. But I just think that Georgia Tech is a little bit is too explosive for Duke to contain. Washington, Michigan. Here's what we're gonna do. I'm not gonna go through all of these. I'm gonna go through the ones that I think is worth picking, and you get some money. So let's get at it. Let's see. I would take Houston on the money line over Arizona. I would take Tulane on the money line over Army. I would also take Tulane spread as well. Spread money line, take Tulane. Guys, you might think I'm retarded, but I'm going to take South Carolina on the money line or South Carolina plus. I'm going to take South Carolina plus the points with Oklahoma. South Carolina plus the points with Oklahoma. Okay, so Toledo and Kent State. Here's my pick of the week right here. I'm going to take Toledo plus the points. They're giving Toledo, they're giving Kent State plus 25. Ron, are you going nuts? Why would you take Kent State? Well, when Kent State first started out, guys, the season, I'm going to read to you their schedule. They played Texas Tech. They got the dog. Okay, the first game they played Merrimack, right? They beat Merrimack 21-17. Okay. Then they played Texas Tech. They got it handed to them 62-14. They played Buffalo, which I thought they should have beat Buffalo, but they lost 31-28. Then they played Florida State, another big team. They lost 66-10. Then they played Oklahoma. They lost 44-0. So these guys played Texas Tech, Florida State, Oklahoma, and they got blew out. And they should have, because these are bigger colleges, right? And they got blew out, right? You know that's going to happen. But the next week, when they play somebody on their level, they play UMass, and they beat the shit out of UMass 42-6 because they're used to the big boys now. So now they're going to play somebody on their level like Toledo. Do I think that they're going to beat Toledo? Probably not, right? But will Toledo cover 25? I don't think that they will. I just don't. So you can give me Kent State plus 25 on that one all day, baby. Give me, because when Kent State plays somebody on their level, and yeah, granted, University UMass sucks, but they still on their level, and they beat the shit out of them. So give me Kent State plus 25. I swear to God. Just do it. Yeah. All right, who's next? I'm thinking Oklahoma, man. I'm thinking these guys gonna get popped. I'm really thinking they're gonna get popped. Yeah, Kent State plus the points over Toledo. Love it. You want a freebie? Take Buffalo to cover 16 points against UMass. UMass is taking it on the chin. Northwestern at Purdue. Purdue at Northwestern. I'm gonna take Northwestern on the money line. Ohio State at Wisconsin. Give me Ohio State spread, or you can take the money line. It doesn't matter. Indiana, Michigan State at Indiana. Take Indiana spread. Indiana's no joke. I called that game last week, and I even picked it. I had them beating Oregon. Ron, why would you got lucky? No, I didn't get lucky because I just knew, in my opinion, I thought that Oregon's best season was last year. I don't think that they are as good as they were last year. And then when they played Penn State, and Penn State couldn't get them, I was like, I still don't. I thought Penn State was gonna. I was like the rest of you guys. I thought Penn State was this juggernaut, and they weren't who we thought they were. Right? New Mexico 27, Liberty sucks. Liberty 20. Hey guys, take Indiana spread. Take Texas Tech money line. They're gonna be in Arkansas. You know what? Take Texas Tech take Texas A&M spread. Ole Miss, Georgia. It's gonna be a good one. I'm gonna take Ole Miss on the money line, guys. Georgia can go fuck themselves. I don't like them in this game. Stupid Air Force. Air Force almost beat UNLV. Look, I'm gonna tell you something, guys. Please don't fuck with UNLV for the rest of the season because they're not covering spreads, man. These guys they're not covering UNLV. These guys are 5-1, but don't let the smooth taste fool you. What are their record? Yep. Wait. Yeah. Piece of shit. Where are they? What are we talking? Utah's 5. UNLV is 5-1. I'm pretty sure. Don't do it. Stay away from UNLV if you can. UNLV is no, they haven't lost a game. So UNLV is 6-0, right? But you'll see them and you'll get all hyped. These guys at the beginning of the year played Idaho State. I never heard of Idaho State. I heard of the Vandals, Idaho, but Idaho State, never heard of them. And they were supposed to beat the crap out of them. They beat Idaho State by what? 7 points? Sam Houston blows. They beat them 38-21. UCLA at the time didn't have their stuff together. They beat UCLA 30-23. I don't know how they won that one. Miami of Ohio. They beat Miami of Ohio 41-38. Close call. They beat Wyoming 31-17. They might have covered. They might have covered in that one, right? They might have. And Air Force. At one point, guys, Air Force was kicking the shit out of UNLV. I think. Let me go look. Pieces of shit. Yeah, Air Force was at one point. Air Force was up 21-7 on UNLV. Yeah, how do you like that? Where's the scoring? Play by play. Let's see. Let's go to scoring. Hold on. No, I'm sorry. Air Force is up at one point 21-10 in this with 4 minutes left in the second half. Right? You see what I mean? Somebody probably stroked out watching this game. Don't do it, guys. Where are we? Coastal Carolina versus Appalachian State. Take Appalachian State on the money line. Ooh, here's a good one. Old Dominion versus James Madison. James Madison is favorite 1.5. Take Old Dominion on the money line, guys, or take Old Dominion plus the points. I like Old Dominion in this game. That's a good one. Take Old Dominion plus the points. It's plus 1.5, or you can just take them straight up on the money line. They've got James Madison's number. Trust me. Texas State versus Marshall. Whatever. I don't like that game. North Texas is going to beat the crap out of UTSA. Um, I would take the spread on that one with North Texas or money line. It doesn't matter. And here's my favorite team, Memphis, against UAB. That's going to be a good one. Uh, you definitely want to take the over in this game, guys. You definitely want to take the over. You also want to take Memphis spread. They're favored by 20.5. It's going to be a lot of points scored in this game. Take the over and take Memphis spread. When you see some teams out there, and you want to go into player props and look at these players and just go through them, because teams like this is when I get excited. It's because it's like watching two baseball teams with two power pitchers going head up. It's gonna be a lot of strikeouts. You know it's gonna be some nerfies. You can get a lot of points in this game. So go Memphis spread. You go Memphis money line. Whatever. I would personally, I'm gonna take them to spread, and I'm gonna take the over in this game. Memphis is just go stupid, man. They just don't care. They're gonna score. If they play the Dallas Cowboys, man, they would try to score 70 on the Cowboys. Uh, let's see what else I got here. Oregon will trounce Rutgers. Rutgers suck. Uh-huh. Hey guys, watch this. I don't know what's going on in UCLA. I would take UCLA take UCLA spread. You got Maryland coming in there. That's 4-2. I don't know what was said to these guys, the players or whatever, but UCLA went from losing to UNLV, because UNLV, guys, in all intentional purposes, if you're in Michigan, UNLV is equivalent to like an Eastern Michigan, and UNLV beat UCLA. But since then, UCLA turned it around, right? They beat the crap out of Michigan. They went at Michigan State and popped them boys with authority. And then they popped Penn State. Was that Penn State? Yeah. Poor guy lost his job because of that one. It was the next game, but still, Look, let me take a timeout. Penn State, let me say this. Penn State should be lucky. Penn State should be lucky that they're even playing. So if you hear any Penn State fans whining and crying, tell them to shut up, because they're lucky they didn't get the death penalty. What went on? Well, what was that guy's name? That scandal they had was messing with those kids. And the poor coach, Rick Pitino, ended up dying because it was too much on him, because he knew about it and he stayed silent. But this was, I really felt sorry for Rick Pitino, because it wasn't nothing that he could do. Rick Pitino was just coaching football. That's all he was doing, and that's all he wanted to do. He couldn't, stop them guys from doing what they were doing, right? Jerry Sandusky, that son of a bitch. I tell you what, guys, I still hate Penn State. I still hate them to this day. And I won't watch them. When that coach got fired, I'm like, good. Because them guys they should have gotten the death penalty, man. And when a lot of kids, when they didn't get it, and a lot of kids flooded to that college, I was like, man, I don't know why y'all doing that, man. That's a nasty ass college. Nasty. Pathetic. They should have had the death penalty. They should have got it. I feel bad for you got a grown ass man, right? Going getting those kids that's what do you call those? The kids that's having problems. You go and get them, you bring them up to the college, and then you sexually assault them. You fucking pedophile, dude. You use that football team, you use the college, you use Penn State to fuck these kids. Literally. You sexually assaulted them. And then Penn State tried to act like they didn't know. Bullshit. They fucking knew. And I think Penn State, in my opinion, they should have got the death penalty. But they probably start crying and say, you caused Rick Pitino to die and whatnot. No, you did. Because Rick Pitino knew about it, but Rick Pitino couldn't say nothing. Rick Pitino was a legend. I don't hold when they took down his statues. I said it's bullshit. Leave him up. Why are you taking down his statues? All that man did was coach. Rick Pitino did. That's all he did was coach. He wasn't involved in fucking little boys. He wasn't a pedophile. It was Jerry Sandusky, and those son of a bitches at Penn State knew about it, and they let it happen. He was a university. Fucking pedophiles. I haven't heard anything with Jerry Sandusky. I thought he would probably be dead by now, but I'm sure he even got raped a whole bunch of times, and he looked so weird. That motherfucker probably enjoyed it, right? They broke that one up. No, I just had to say this about Penn State. I hate Penn State. I just can't stand them. I like Rick Pitino. They caused that poor man. The man couldn't even do it anymore. He died. It was just too much on the old man. It was bad enough that he had a lot on his plate coaching those guys, the team, and then you guys sat there, let that shit happen in Penn State and College Station, and you knew Jerry Sandusky. You knew what he was doing. For crying out loud, the guy looks like a fucking pedophile. You guys seen him? He looks like a fucking creep. I can't stand Penn State. I hate them. I hate them with a passion, guys. I swear to God. I swear to God. When you do kids like that, that's not football. That's not even college. Those son of a bitches should still be on the death penalty. But no. Probably what it was is they probably say, hey, look, we're going to leave you. Don't get in trouble. But you're going to pay us a certain percentage. Off those kids, man. Fucking pedophile. Hey, guys. If you're out there and you're a pedophile, when you go to jail, they waiting on you. Man. You sick son of a bitch. They waiting on you. I fucking hate pedophiles my goddamn self. And every time you see a pedophile, the majority of them motherfuckers, they look weird. They look like fucking perverts. They look fucking weird. But you had Jerry Sandusky, fit the profile. You can't tell me nobody didn't know what he was doing. And if I'm not mistaken, parents complained before he even got in trouble. Parents complained. Nothing was done. Fuck you, Penn State. I swear to God, I can't stand Penn State. Let me move on. All right. I fucking hate pedophiles, guys. Sorry. Son of a bitches. All right. Let's move on. All right. So we already established. Let's take UCLA. UCLA plus 3.5. I mean negative 3.5. They should cover the spread against Maryland. I'll take Alabama spread over Tennessee. It's gonna be a fun game, though. I would also take the over in that game if you want. I already told you take Notre Dame over USC. Take a money line. You can even take them to spread. I think Notre Dame's going to get down in that game. Let's see, what's this? South Florida money line. Actually, you can take South Florida spread though. Actually, I would take South Florida spread, but be careful on taking too many spreads on Saturdays with college football. Because if you take too many spreads, you'll end up getting fucked. So some of them you have to kind of calm down and don't be emotional and just take money line. I know it's hard. Trust me. Here's an interesting one, guys. You have Lafayette that will be at Oregon State. Oregon State is 0-7, right? And I know what you're getting ready to say. Well, Oregon State's had a hard schedule. They've been playing a lot of people. Lafayette is not on that level because, in all intentional purposes, Lafayette is on that level like Eastern Michigan or Liberty or somebody like that. Maybe just a tad bit low. Well, about the same. But let's look at Liberty, the Leopards. Let's look at their who they played. They played Bowling Green. They lost 26-7. They played Stonehill, somebody on their level. They won 42-26. They played Georgetown 42-37. They played Ivy League Columbia 38-14. They lost to Princeton 38-28. They beat Fordham 24-10. They beat Bucknell 62-24. Now they play Oregon. Let's look at the teams that Oregon State played. Oregon State lost to Wake Forest 39-14. Lost to Appalachian State 27-23. Lost to Houston 27-24. Lost to Oregon 41-7. And lost to Texas Tech 45-14. And you probably are thinking, well, they're going to have an easy time with Bucknell. I don't think so. Give me give me Lafayette plus the points. And let's see what it is. What's the points? Guys, when you start losing, the morale gets in the toilet, right? The morale is terrible. And losing is like, man, it's like a disease, man. And it's spread across that team. Morale is down. Guys fucking fighting each other because you hate losing. That game sucks. Then the third quarter, South Florida 7, Arkansas State 3. I took the under in that game. I'm not stupid. I know I don't look like the smartest guy, but I ain't dumb. Maybe just a little, I don't know. All right. I'll take Florida State money line, right? Let's see, keep going. Utah versus BYU. You know what, guys? I'm gonna. Well, okay, so Utah is favored. Okay, yeah, because I'll take Utah on the money line with that one. I'm not impressed with BYU, even though BYU is 6-0. Utah is 1-5, but I'll still take Utah on the money line. You want to give me? Take Cincinnati money line or spread over Oklahoma State at home. Oklahoma State sucks. And again, we go back to the Lafayette game. Uh, Lafayette is 5-2. Oregon State is 0-7. Where's the game? They've got it. They've got it in here somewhere. They've got it here somewhere. Because last I checked, they were favored. think they or they hadn't posted it yet. The sports books are trying to come up with a way to fuck us, guys. So let's watch this game very carefully because I can remember now. I don't think that they even posted a line on this game yet, and they haven't. The sports books are trying to find a way to fuck us on this one, but we're gonna play this one close and we're gonna watch it right off the bat. I'm taking. I'm sure they're gonna. Well, you don't know if they favor the Beavers. I don't know, but trust me, the sports books doesn't have it out because they're trying to look for a way to fuck us, and they can say the drama for their mama. That's it, and that's pretty much it. Uh huh. Uh huh. And shout out to my son, man. He's in Detroit, and he called me last night, flashing his card. I mean his winning ticket because he walked because there's a lot of casinos in Detroit. He went in there and played the ticket, and Washington was winning at the time, and I thought he was gonna win. The man had $500 in his pocket. As soon as we hung the phone up, boom, Chicago got it. I think he threw in somebody threw an interception. So yeah, what's this doing on West Chicago? Yeah, yeah. All right, so that's it, guys. That's it for me, and I'll be back tomorrow. I'll still come back and do my thing. Um, Again, I'm sorry to get emotional and worked up. I can't stand when people take advantage of kids, man. You got all these beautiful women out here, and then you want to go fuck some little kid up, man. And you want to go do that. Now they got to live that for the rest of their life. But when you go to jail, they got something for your ass. You do know that, right? And it's and to me, what is this? And with me is hilarious because pedophiles all or molesters, they always have that same look to them, man. They got that look to them, like they goofy looking and shit. They look goofy. They don't talk much. They like nerdy and shit. It's them motherfuckers, right? And it's like, oh, they so nice. They won't hurt a fly. Nah, man. These motherfuckers will mess up kids for fucking life, right? And when they got that look on them, you watch them motherfuckers close. And I'm not saying you discriminate, but you look at them. And the motherfuckers, when you look at them and they do like this, and they goofy looking, don't have them close to your kids, man. And if you do, you tell your kids to be, weary and what. If they say one thing to them out of line, you tell them to call you and let you know, right? Because these motherfucking predators, guys, they out here, and they don't give a shit. But they do when they get their ass to jail, and they get they busted out, right? And they should. And a lot of them get killed when they up in there. Hey man, you guys are awesome. I gotta get back. My stats blow. They suck. I thank you. I got like 2 likes. That's the only thing I got. I don't care. I mean, it gets better, right? I hope so. You guys are so awesome. Love, peace, no hair grease, guys.